Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. America wants our land, our resources, our water, our country. Never.
We want to make sure we send a message to our Canadian friends up north to come to a state where 2 million Canadians visited last year, to come visit a state where there's something for everybody. Visit California.
Okay, the governor's invitation comes as the U.S. is tracking a big drop in tourism from around the world.
A profound shift is unfolding in the long-standing relationship between Canada and the United States, one whose tremors are rippling through economies, communities, and personal choices. Once viewed as loyal allies and enthusiastic travelers to the U.S., Canadians are now stepping back in unprecedented numbers. The driving force behind this retreat, a combination of newly imposed U.S. tariffs, divisive political rhetoric, and a growing sense among Canadians that their country is being taken for granted. The result is a sweeping and deliberate boycott of American travel and spending. Canadian airlines are trimming flights, businesses are reporting steep declines, and entire communities are bearing the brunt of a deepening economic downturn. Underpinning this movement are both hard data and deeply personal stories, evidence of fracture in a once seamless partnership. The breaking point came earlier this year, when the White House announced a 25% tariff on Canadian imports, effective from a Tuesday in 2025. The move, echoing protectionist tone of the Trump era, reignited long-simmering frustrations. Canadians, already uneasy about being referred to as a 51st state in political jabs, took these developments as a direct insult. Canada, a nation that has long enriched the U.S. economy through trade and tourism, suddenly felt overlooked, if not disrespected. The Canadian government swiftly responded by updating its travel advisory, warning citizens that U.S. border agents could search phones, laptops, and tablets without cause. Combined with the tariffs, this advisory marked a decisive shift. The era of warm, effortless integration appeared to be coming to an end. As one Canadian official bluntly stated, "Our old relationship of steadily deepening integration with the United States is over." Canadians aren't merely voicing their displeasure, they are taking action. A recent survey showed that more than 60% plan to avoid the United States altogether in 2025. This isn't a passing online trend, but a widespread, deliberate movement. Millions are canceling vacations, scrapping business trips, and choosing to spend their money elsewhere. The effect is visible and measurable. According to a new report from U.S. Customs and Border Protection, travel from Canada to the U.S. has hit one of its lowest points since the COVID-19 pandemic. The message is unmistakable. If you don't value us, we'll take our business elsewhere. This boycott is not about convenience or price. It is a matter of principle. Canadians are voicing frustration over what they see as a consistent lack of respect, worsened by hostile policies, and an increasingly unwelcoming border experience. "They're poking us in the eye," one Canadian said, "so we got to poke them back." The economic fallout is undeniable. In response to collapsing demand, Canadian Airlines have cut routes to major U.S. cities. United Airlines, for example, canceled a planned Toronto to Los Angeles route set to begin in May 2025. Travel agencies are reporting a 40% drop in U.S. bookings by Canadians just in February, with 1 in 5 trips canceled over the past 3 months. Agents are overwhelmed with cancellation emails, many of which cite U.S. political hostility as the cause. Land travel, once resilient, has also plummeted. In March 2025, return trips from the U.S. by car were down 32% compared to the previous year, the sharpest decline since the 2022 pandemic restrictions. This is no mere dip. It is, as one analyst put it, a total nosedive. Canadians are staying home, and U.S. businesses are paying the price. In 2024, nearly 20 million Canadians visited the U.S., spending $20 billion in states such as New York, Florida, Arizona, Texas, and California. That spending supported restaurants, hotels, gas stations, tour operators, and an estimated 140,000 jobs. But now, many of these businesses are in crisis. In New York, a tour operator who earned $35,000 from Canadian school groups in 2024 has brought in just $5,000 this year, forcing him to lay off staff. "It sucks, man. It's rough," he said, mourning the loss of work and passion. In Florida, A motel owner who welcomed Canadian snowbirds for 35 years reported a drop in occupancy from 80% to just 30%. With roughly 1 million Canadians traditionally wintering in the U.S., their absence is leaving restaurants empty, stores quiet, and communities hollow. Even smaller towns are struggling. In New York's Adirondack region, 66% of businesses have seen a noticeable decline in Canadian customers. Bus tours and hockey teams are canceling trips, while families are choosing other destinations. A 20% dip in tourism could cost the region $12 million. Border cities like Buffalo, where Canadian shoppers once filled malls and boosted sales tax revenue, are reeling. In February 2025, Buffalo Niagara's tax revenue dropped 7%, directly linked to the absence of Canadian shoppers. These funds are essential to city services like fire departments and police, underscoring the broader consequences. The timing couldn't be worse. With summer approaching, the season when Canadian tourism typically surges, the U.S. could lose 4 million visitors and $4.3 billion in revenue, including $200 million in sales tax. Local governments, already financially strained, may find the losses impossible to recover. Canadians are making a statement not just about money, but about identity, respect, and sovereignty. Why should we fuel their economy? One traveler asked, when they're slapping tariffs on us, mocking us, and treating Canada like a sidekick. The boycott is a stand for dignity. This rupture goes beyond trade. It reflects a deeper unraveling of trust. Once intertwined by shared values and open borders, Canada and the U.S. are drifting apart. The Canadian government's travel warning, highlighting the risk of invasive searches at the border, is a stark symbol of that divide. Many Canadians no longer feel welcome in the U.S., and their dollars are going to places like Europe or Mexico instead. U.S. lawmakers are beginning to express concern, recognizing that the economic strain is real. We need to bring the Canadians back, one said. But repairing this relationship will take more than economic incentives. It will require a genuine renewal of respect. As the boycott shows no signs of slowing, its impact is certain to linger. Canada has made its stance clear. This is about sovereignty, self-worth, and being treated as more than a footnote in American policy. We're not just numbers on a spreadsheet, one Canadian said. We're neighbors. We're people. And if you treat us like we don't matter, we'll spend our money where we do.